and welcome back to another 70-star Division 2 League race here on twitch.tv/speedrun. And today, it's a showdown between Community Troll and Cup Stacking God, Pete, aka Peter Ford, and Community Buffoon and ROM hacking legend, CartoonBuffoon. So, this is going to be a pretty hot match, Pete, you know, being a fill-in for... Oh, I forget. It wasn't Poke. It was someone else. But yeah, starting off a little bit low on the leaderboard, which is kind of unfortunate. But he's got the skill to bring it back. In Cartoon, he's been playing alright, but you really want to get every win that you can get in this Division 2 league to make playoffs, because I think any race can go either way. It's not like in Division 1 where you can kind of be pretty confident that if it's like someone like Punkay versus someone who's not Punkay, you can be pretty confident about Punkay winning. But in this case, you got CartoonBuffoon and Pete, both players who can be pretty skillful. You know, CartoonBuffoon actually really good at island hop. You know, that's like, I don't think he'll go for it, but he might. He's really good at it. But, you know, probably more of a consistency approach will go farther in Division 2. And as we head into the introduction, colors look about the same. No one overly saturated, no one overly washed out. Good to see. Although CartoonBuffoon might be a bit more saturated relatively. Both on English version, going to be saving about 3 seconds compared to Japanese over the course through an obligatory dimension. But that will cost about 8. Pete not getting his lacto skip too far to the right on the bridge. A pretty precise trick, as most of us already know, but usually expect runners to get that. It's not the end of the world. CartoonBuffoon entering Womps about 8 seconds ahead. Might go for Island Hop, we'll have to see. There he goes, I was right, he's going for Island Hop. What a nut. Will he look like a god, or will he look like a buffoon? Let's see, Crouton's got big shoes to fill going for this strat. Needs a first frame wall kick, and I think he's got it. CartoonBuffoon, you know, call me psychic, but man, that was some smooth movement. So I'm going to be saving even more time right off the gate, or right out of the gate. You know, flexing a very unique, or not unique, but a very uncommon race strat due to how risky it is, needing a first frame input to really... And you can't miss it, you can't get it like third try, or so it's got to be pretty good. So we'll see them diverge just a little bit here. Crouton going for that bomb clip. You know, Pete got his alright, which is good to see. You don't want to miss I2 skip and bomb clip, then it's kind of spiraling out of control. But he's stabilized. You know, his Tower of Cups ain't falling down. Let's see, maybe like a 12-8 from Pete here on the slide. 13 flat. You know, you usually want to see a 12, but it's mostly arbitrary, and a couple 10s is just alright. CartoonBuffoon entering the slide as well. You know, keep in mind he's up a whole star against Pete right here. I'm going to say maybe a 12-9. Decent bounce, Sereno. 12-8. And Pete here, he's in Womps, going to be starting off with Owless. You know, not going for the typical 100 coin beginning, or Canless, as some people might do, who are, you know, very accustomed to everything else. Wow, big jump into the start. That's kind of it's about a second time loss. But it is difficult, because if you are going for Owless here and you want to ground pound the star, which is the optimal way to do it, you can like do a buffer kick, but that loses about 0.2. If you don't press A and Z on the same frame, you will double jump, because your wall kick lands in the cage, and if you double jump you get a lot of height, and that's what happened here. Wow, synchronized ledge grab setup, CartoonBuffoon and Pete getting it. You know, I always have to mention Tabavision. That's Mario Cam C down when you fall off the ledge. But, you know, neither of them missing Canalist, so can't complain. But Peter starting his 100 coin, going for the basic pro cycle. CartoonBuffoon taking care of Alice. You saw he did a buffer kick there. See that little like jolt up into the star? It wasn't a smooth ground pound, but he still saved time over Pete. It's definitely something where you probably want to be mostly consistent for the risk reward to pay out, but at the same time, it's not too bad to try to be optimal with stuff like ground pounding. Now, CartoonBuffoon, you know, also taking it pretty safe. A super comfy cycle here in Dark Road. He's going to be grabbing both rows of coins at the start. You know, you saw Pete when he got to the blue coins, which he only had 15 coins. CartoonBuffoon had 24, could have had 25. But this will make him quite early for this moving plank in the opposite direction. But that's going to lose about 4 seconds over Pete's strat. Or at least 4. Could be a little bit more, I think it's about 4. Yeah, it's definitely not more than 4. But CartoonBuffoon, oh, missing a couple coins, but he actually has plenty to spare with this route as well. He's selling this too, but he still had that spare. Alright, Pete, Wild Blue. A pretty wide side flip. You usually want to do that a lot closer to the wall to save a couple cheeky frames where you're spending so much time in the air the way he did it. But we're going to see Pete, you know, Womps 9 and CartoonBuffoon a Womps 10. So that is the most optimal route you can do, although I don't expect he'll go for CCM 17 double plus, which is the most optimal and most difficult route to do. Island hop is kind of a specialty, gotta say. Not many people would really consider that in the race. Pete, you're taking care of the Womp. Will he be able to touch the star? I think he had to move. Yeah, he got it. He had to move closer toward it for the last ground pound. So even though Pete is just now starting to chip off Womp's block, he is still a star ahead, roughly. Nice turnaround from Cartoon. Oh, almost ground pounded too early. And he did that time. You know, kind of a strange collision between trying to be too optimal and, you know, not trying to push the strats too hard to risk failing. Whoa, Pete! Long jump, I think he's been trolled. That is gonna cost him a substantial amount of time. Yeah, he might have been able to do a quick side flip there, but wow. Big time loss for your boy. Yeah, I was gonna make like another cup stacking joke, but I should save a couple for later. CartoonBuffoon though, his tower is looking good, not crumbling like Pete's. So you can see he's actually like 20 some seconds in the lead for sure. Whereas Pete's gonna be going for the second slide, Cartoon gonna join him. And this is going to be a 12-8, 12-9, and 12-6 for Cartoon. You know what I mean, but he could get it. 12-6, by the way, is like a really good slide time. You could get 12.5 or even 12.4 technically, but 12-8, solid. Now, wing cap is another place where you can have passive time loss, or in a more optimistic light, passive time gain over your opponent, where I like to think of that as time that one player makes up without either player making mistakes. When they play to the same level of their skill, who's going to be playing better? Wow, Pete missing the star. I would consider that a mistake here. CartoonBuffoon, you know, he's trying to go for some good arcs, but a bit awkward on the first one, but looks pretty good. Although you definitely want to get a better turn into those last couple red coins. But he can get a good rollout off the switch here. Just gonna go for that double jump dive. That's what Pete was trying to do, but he dove too low. It's actually slightly faster in that room to long jump and jump dive. You know, thanks to the recent castle move in addition to the Yusumun ROM. We've been able to figure all that out. Pete getting burned. You know, you're kind of not doing the backup right. but he can still make Shig with this. It's just gonna be a bit of a tighter Shig. But this is good movement. See that yellow block? Okay, not poverty. So if he wanted to make Shig cycle, he was gonna have to do it the normal way. Be too late for poverty here. Normal cycle. Fine for Pete. Cartoon. Wow, Pete had to do 2 long jumps. Cartoon and Buffoon gonna be increasing his gap even more. It looks like he's a little bit behind, but missing Shig because of the amp. And balking and dying! No! Cartoon, he's lost all of his lead. And he's gonna have to do the whole stage over again. That's what happens when you get hit by an enemy. Much of this game relies on maintaining your speed and continuing Mario's momentum through all of your actions. And when you get halted by the amp, you don't long jump as you normally would. That long jump is like a full running speed long jump. He was at like a half speed and he didn't make it. So I would say he was quite far ahead. Also, not sure what he's doing here. Not going for poverty Shig either. So actually losing a lot of time. And even though he was pretty far in the... Fellas, CartoonBuffoon has taken a second death in Dark World. This is dire. I was gonna say that Pete had been able to close the gap and was about to tie things up, or just thereabouts. But Cartoon, man, that's an even worse death than before. Had to even wait to get over to that area of the level, and at that point, Pete is going to be closing the gap. When he gets sky jump, they're going to be singing Cartoon hit by the Goomba. This is an absolute Mario meltdown of the caliber we've only seen recently with game overing in Dark World, but this is what happens. Division 2, it's not a given. This is a difficult stage, and so many things can go wrong, and they're all going wrong for Crouton right now. And he's so far behind now. Pete, just by virtue of not making mistakes, like I said before, it's all about consistency in Division 2. I'm going to be entering CCM. CartoonBuffoon almost getting knocked off a 3rd time. He actually bounced on top of the Goomba, trying to avoid these amps. Also, I don't know why he goes for a jump and die there. He's supposed to long jump and turn around, but you know, at least he's not dying this time. I don't want to speak too soon, but it looks like he's able to make it through. Pete, meanwhile, not the greatest wall kicks will work, but they will work, in fact. Just anything Cartoon can get, or Cartoon needs anything he can get right now. So big speedrun hands in the chat. Drop a couple F's for your boy Crouton, because that is very not only unlikely but unfortunate. A little bit of transition there, not sure what it was for. Oh, timers, that makes sense. Well, now we can see where the routes synced. You know, CartoonBuffoon was quite far ahead entering Dark World, but 1 death, Pete would have been close. 3 deaths, Pete is extremely far ahead. And you also have to consider in these 70-star leagues, you do want to make points. As many points as you can. I know the race is not over still, but if CartoonBuffoon, if he kind of quits mentally, then he's not going to be getting any points here. He'll just get like a couple, maybe a couple scraps. But if he can actually overcome the mental barrier of dying in Dark World multiple times and try to play a good run, he can come out with several more points just based off of every 10 seconds you get an extra point or lose a point compared to your opponent. Pete's racing the Penguin. He got the safety red, so not much to worry about. But this start is always a little bit nerve-wracking in a race, because if you fail it, you are losing in the magnitude of a minute. So you don't want to be missing coins here, and you don't want the penguin to like knock you off the side. The penguin can even fall off the side itself in very rare circumstances. But Pete, getting the right amount of coins at the end here, solid 100, gonna be eating quite a bit of lag. You can see the game's running at like 10 FPS when that penguin is coming down the side. And even without the penguin, I was surprised how laggy that section of the game is, because you're really only looking at the ice bridge and that kind of final part of this side, but it lags like crazy with nothing there. Wow, CartoonBuffoon just missed like 2 coins. He's definitely out to get the stage red. Maybe he wants to go for a blue. Okay, and missing a dive. This is what I'm talking about. These mental frustrations can really pile on. And backflipping. Yeah, definitely don't want to be dying here, even though it's not very difficult to maneuver. It's very scary. So now he's racing the penguin, and he's only got 1 coin to miss. Looks like Cartoon's got it under control. Bit of a brush there. Don't want to get bodied out by the penguin. He missed 2 coins. It's over. Pete taking care of the first star in Big Boo's Haunt. Not a stage. I think if you kind of look at stages like BBH, HMC, they're really nothing like their 120 counterparts, where you're not really exploring most of the area, or you're not seeing everything that's... You're not using all the mechanics within the level. So this time you're just going to be getting the star on top of the balcony. A little bit of... it's almost like castle movement, just house movement from door to door. And then this star... Wow, Pete almost fell off of the balcony. I think he clipped the railing. And this little guy who's just a quick hop, skip, and a jump from the first doorway. So really easy stage for Pete to handle. Pete very close to getting a 49 and 70 star, currently at like a low 50. I do not know the exact second, but it's very recent. He's kind of having a little troll face meme battle with Creator to see who can get it first. Pete missing MIPS. You know, it's very slow on English. This bunny is actually like, at some point, slow goes from being easy to being like more difficult. Because you really want to like move to the spot, then you're waiting for it, and it's like, what am I doing here? How am I gonna grab this bunny? It's to my left, and Pete kind of messed it up. So bit of time saver for Cartoon with a really like wide jump kick. I kind of prefer, after figuring out like how to do, well, let's see Pete's plus. That's a good glitchy double jump, and he should be in there, and he's got it. So definitely huge for Pete to be continuing to roll through this 70 star race and not make many big mistakes. His only big mistake was falling off the fortress. That was quite a troll. But, you know, nothing like a Death in Dark World. Taking care of talons. Going very slowly. You can hit the bird, or you can hit the fly guy way faster, but you don't want to miss the fly guy, as many people have done. Cheese misses the fly guy like every other time, it seems to me, although that's a bit of an exaggeration. I think he does struggle with it unnecessarily. CartoonBuffoon grabbing nips. Weird lag 2 cam. I noticed that he's someone, since he's come from ROM hacks with even way worse camera angles, I'm sure. Although I wouldn't know personally. He just kind of feels comfortable using these off angles to grab the bunny. Same with BBH, using lag 2 cam inside the house to get up there. Even though you can do it a bit faster with Martyr Cam, at least for me. Whoa, CartoonBuffoon, a bit of a late bomb throw. About to fall in the quicksand, gonna have to kick out. Want to conserve your speed on this sand, it'll actually suck you down. So you definitely want to be kicking or diving or something. Going to go for this talons back up. Can he get back up and bop the bird? No, he's gotta wait. He's going for the, like, baseball outfielder dive catch, but... And he's hit by the talon! This is not going well for Cartoon. Maybe not used to this bird, and now he's onto another pillar, and he's gonna bail out. He's not even gonna go for it again. He just decided to quit and just try to re-enter the level and do it all over again. So Pete is gaining every single stage something new for CartoonBuffoon, and I think it's a mental issue as well, but at the same time, Pete's gameplay does speak for itself. He's having an okay run. Alright, plus from Cartoon, good beginning. These ground pounds, okay. On a pretty short time for him to get that glitchy double jump, but he got it. Now he needs to ground pound in the pyramid, doing it a bit too late. Third try goes in. Pete, second burn. He can't hit the lava again. Gonna go for a ledge grab. He probably gonna go for bullies. You lose a bit less time because you'd have to wait a small amount for the raft anyway. Wow, going for the single jump. You have less active frames to hit the bullies. However, it does give you the chance to do like a kick or a ground pound to back it up. Alright. Let's take a look here. CartoonBuffoon. He's still not doing so hot with this bird. So that's quite an oof. We'll see where he can go from here. Alright. But entering Lethal Lava Lane, at least he's made it to the same stage as Pete, although he's quite far behind. Maybe in the realm of 2 minutes. Pete has to go in the volcano, leaving the most difficult stars for last. These stars you can easily die on. Lava boost doing the actual boost or the ending. And now he's got to get more coins or just go for the elevator tour. This is what I'm talking about. He's down to 2 HP. He also needs to watch out for the fire, which will be rotating on a cycle. Getting lots of lag frames. You're going to have to side flip dive, losing even more time waiting for this fire to slightly pan past his position, going all the way up the pole because he didn't like his angle. He lost probably a good 15 seconds, maybe more, to that star just because he triple jumped in the wrong, or he double jumped in the wrong spot. So I'm not a big fan of triple jump lava boost, and I know a fair amount of people actually do it for the skill level that they're playing at. I think the easy long jump boost is quite easy that Cartoon's going for. You look at this one, pretty comfy. You get up there, no problemo. Pete actually getting it second try, so can't complain too much. But it's good to see Cartoon making it back just a little bit, even if it's just on 1 star. And there you go, Pete. Losing a significant amount of time without dying, but still losing a significant amount of time. But he's on 30 stars. CartoonBuffoon still has 3 to go. He's walking in the castle. You know, this is actually a fairly difficult piece of castle movement. You usually want to do a long jump, jump dive, and then a dive through this small gap between the walls to get to the leg nibs clip door. Wow, CartoonBuffoon, very interesting backup movement, but he will make it through. A lot of times people try to roll off that top rock and either miss it or they'll die, they'll bonk. So it's pretty tough. Alright, Pete. Just some calm DDD swimming. Nothing to get too crazy about unless he missed a chest, which he almost did. CartoonBuffoon taking care of bullies as well. No problemo for the man. You know, he's just got to get it done. I have to say, even though Pete's pretty far ahead, Cartoon showed that it's not over. And Pete showed that he's not going to play perfectly. He's going to make a lot of mistakes. Piracy is going to be huge for both of them, but especially Pete, who we're going to see in just like a minute and a half. And I'll get my type voice on, because this is really going to define whether or not Pete has what it takes to stay in the lead. And kind of or oppositely, CartoonBuffoon has a good chance to catch up. Pete, pretty poor swimming for the sub. You actually want to turn a little bit earlier, so that way you don't actually brush up against the walls. Oh my god, Pete! Failing the sub. That's not a mistake you see often, but not only does that lose time, you eat quite a bit more lag. You can't see the lag counter, but that will definitely go up since you have to get on the sub twice in a row. Cartoon in Dire Docks while Pete goes for Manta. You know, Pete probably loves the Manta. It's the trolliest thing in the game. But can you get through these rings? Wow, Pete, I was a bit nervous about that third one. The hitbox is not at all aligned with what you see. Although the best way to, I guess, guarantee you hit it is to just go right through the middle, but sometimes it don't work like that. Manta's weird. Maybe not as bad as Sunshine Manta, but still bad. Alright, now Pete's here in Fire Sea, going to be going for these lava boost early alleys, and this is going to be critical. You know, he can afford to miss it, but if he gets it, that'll give him a lot of cushion. So, decent beginning movement, getting caught up in the cage, can still make it if he's fast, but not going for lava boost. He decided not to even go for a rollout here, so definitely just going to be going for a normal early cycle if he can get it. CartoonBuffoon has some time to save. Pete can definitely make early cycle still. What? No, Pete! Watch out! Please! Wow, barely being able to burn back onto this. Oh, those platforms almost killed him too. He fell off of the platform for the 5th red coin. And if you fall down again, you gotta go all the way back up. That could have cost him normal cycle. Maybe not quite, but pretty close. Pete going for some long jumps here. Actually long jumping when the thing was too low, and he did miss normal cycle. This is what I'm talking about. Such a big time loss for no reason other than going for a long jump instead of a side flip. Wow. Okay, Pete still struggling to get through this stage. And CartoonBuffoon is meanwhile just finished up Manta, so he's actually less than a minute behind with a good Fire Sea. Troll gang out in force, let's go. Alright, CartoonBuffoon and Fire Sea doing some C-up lag reduction. Let's see what he can do inside the cage, because this is where Pete declares ascension, but that firstie is one of the worst firsties to get in the entire 70-star speedrun, because now he can't even get early yellies. But you saw Pete, he missed not one but 2 entire cycles of the rising and falling platforms, where Crouton still has a very comfortable normal cycle as long as he doesn't make any more big mistakes. Even that doesn't even matter. He's got time. What? Same thing! Crouton! Same spaghetti? Hello? Please? Oh my god, 1 HP! He had to cancel out his lava boost. He knew he was gonna bonk and fall down and die. Can he at least make normal cycle? What is he doing? No, he's falling down 1 HP again! I don't know what I'm seeing. How have they both missed 2 cycles? Oh my god. Gonna be barely avoiding getting burned. That's kind of a skill in itself, but yikes, dude. I don't know. Cartoon had a golden opportunity. The firstie kind of put him off on the wrong foot, but man, missing normal cycle like that is just so heartbreaking. And not only that, just getting burned. Very lucky to not die, but man, the way he fell off is just not very good, and you don't want to see that happen if you're trying to make a comeback. He went for a long jump wall kick as well instead of taking a safe jump onto the normal cycle as it was fading away, so another thing, trying to go a little bit faster cost him a whole lot of time. Alright, but now he's done, and Pete is 2 stars ahead in Wet Dry World. Gonna be going for top of the town next. You know, you can see him going on the medium water level. You know, not going for any triple jump wall kicks. I wouldn't expect him to. Maybe Crouton might, but not too keen on it, I'm pretty sure. Oh, a little slip up there. You know, the clip's easy, but you still got to get up the steps once you do it. Alright, so starting off with his 100 coin, and that's actually what Pete's got to do still. So we'll actually see them somewhat synced, but just remember, CartoonBuffoon still has 3 stars in Wet Dry World to do. But we can actually compare how good their 100 coins are, because this is a star where you can lose 5-10 seconds and not feel anything, because there's a bit of RNG, you know, a bit of coin chasing, a bit of skeeter chasing, a bit of box pushing. You know, Crouton's already lost 1 coin, Pete. You know, this is what I'm talking about, not the smoothest movement here. Okay, CartoonBuffoon skipping the ledge grab. This is a lot better from him. Luckily that coin was actually right in his way, and a nice speed kick. And wow, he actually managed to recover that side flip, so really good stuff from Cartoon with that on-the-fly fast movement. Probably helped by his ROM hack experience adjusting to new situations. But overall, this 100 coin didn't go too badly. He just needs to get this Chuckya, not miss a coin. And that'll do it. And Pete, meanwhile, is falling down again, not getting this backup. Seems like a pretty tight wall kick to do, or wall kick ledge grab. We need like a second frame wall kick to do that. Okay. You know, still has a coin to miss, can leave that one behind. Not that one. Okay. So, Crouton, you can actually see Pete entered the star maybe like 15 seconds behind, probably lost another like 5 to 10. Well, he actually went for the triple jump wall kick. Cartoon really trying to flex. I don't know if he knows how to do it specifically. I forget if he does it in runs, but man, if he can pull it off, that'd be a good time to say, but not getting the one that really matters for the elevator, express elevator hurry up star. I'm doing good, thanks for asking. Alright, Cartoon. Will he go for it again? Nah. You know, I think that's smart. You don't want to, like, fall down, lose another, like, 10-15 seconds, so... What? Is that a commentator's curse, or am I just psychic? Because, like, you know, I predicted the island hop. I kind of cursed Fire Sea. Kind of cursed Wet Dry World. Alright, let's see how Pete takes care of these piranhas. Not taking care of this. Wow, that piranha's actually gonna go back. And Pete's gonna have to kill both of them again. You know, I almost said something. So here's the thing. I must just be psychic, because if I actually said something, I thought that Pete was gonna mess up piranhas. I'm like, watch Pete mess up piranhas here, and he did. But I didn't say anything. So I didn't curse it, I just saw the future. Okay, so I think in this situation, Cartoon's actually gonna have a really good secrets, but mess up top of the island, but still have good piranhas. Pete, meanwhile, is still gonna mess up top of the island. We're gonna have to go in the pipe here. Wow, Cartoon, you know, not... What is he doing? You want to go for secrets, I think. I don't even know. He can't get the side, or couldn't get the wall kick. I was watching Pete for the moment there. Also pretty slow from Pete getting up here. This is actually a really sloppy THI from both runners. It's not the hardest stage in upstairs by a long shot. You know, I don't know if TTM's gonna be... I don't know if TTM's feeling pretty friendly today or not, but like, this doesn't give me a lot of confidence in either Pete or Cartoon. This is a much more difficult stage and a lot more punishing. You thought THI was bad, you bonked and fell in this tiny pool of water, but Otamon's a lot worse. CartoonBuffoon going for secrets now. I did predict that they'd go pretty decently, and a lot of like jump kicks, so like a safe strat, but that's not a terrible... What? Okay, can he make it up? He actually could. So Cartoon, good save. Not the fastest. Pete, nice. But did he do breezeless? I think Pete just did breezeless and I just didn't even say anything, so wow. If he did, fantastic. That's really how you want to start off the stage. What? That's not how you want to continue! I think these runners just exist to troll me. You know, Pete, I'm not surprised, but I thought Cartoon was better than this. Not better as a player, better as in like a person. I expect more from you. Whatever. Alright. So Pete, you probably play well the rest of TTM, you'll be fine. But something in the back of my head tells me that's not gonna happen. Okay, not going for log wall kick. You can get invisible on the log here. Gonna make the long jump. Gonna have to kick up here. Okay, that's fine. You can manage. And taking care of breathtaking view from bridge. Cartoon Mario Cam C down. Not the best angles. But fair enough. Okay. He's going for long ball kick this time. Will he get it? No! So I'm talking about... He went for a more difficult shot. I didn't even like the camera he had, but... Wow. Also playing safe on the red coins. Not going for a long jump through the scary shrooms. And in the coin maze, not really doing anything fairly noteworthy. It's kind of slow all around. So he's still almost the entire stage ahead of Cartoon. So you see all those mistakes that Pete made? Doesn't even matter. Alright, second try log wall kick, and he long jumps too late. He legitimately long jumped too perfectly. If you do that, then you can't wall kick off of the right surface because the log is made of polygons. So you can only wall kick off of the vertical face. And there's like a slightly angled one that's like at a pretty steep slope, and that's what he hit. So you got the false ledge cut behavior. And also Pete, for doing both reds and box star, he was out of backups. He had to go all the way back up the mountain to get it done. Right. Well, Pete, where's Snowman's head? He's gonna go for deep freeze now. You know, this is a star that you could typically get in a reasonable cup stacking time. Maybe not as good as Pete's cup stacking time, but pretty close. However, losing about 8 seconds. Wow, CartoonBuffoon also floundering in the maze. You know, these vines maybe got him tangled up. Getting his ankle stuck in a molehill. Okay, Pete also cannot get up to do this star. Not able to side flip when you don't have this... When you have no speed, you have to wait for Mario to turn. And these wall kicks aren't working out either. Pete is actually having a Mario meltdown in the coldest stage in the game. Hello? Come on, get it together. He's finally up there, but wow, that star cost him so much time and just so much mental pain, I'm sure. Whoa, Cartoon almost fell off. This is kind of turning into a spaghetti fest all around. Cartoon not getting over the ledge, taking fall damage. suffering greatly at the hands, or Mario suffering greatly at the hands of an incompetent player here, and Pete's Mario not feeling too much better about its controller. Both of them just kind of taken for a ride, a little banged up, you know, beaten, bruised, feeling very much mistreated and upstairs here. Not saying I would do better, but gotta make light of it somehow. Alright, CartoonBuffoon finishing up with Scale the Mountain. Very interesting start to actually be ending the stage with if I know the splits correctly. If only I could help myself to this spaghetti, I'd never have to eat, or I'd never have to buy a meal again. Okay, but Pete finally entering HMC late, or was about to go back upstairs and decided, wait, I need to do a Hazy Maze Cave. Whoopee! And there he goes. Cartoon, you know, saving time over someone's head, even though it wasn't perfect, that's still a massive time save. Yeah, enough pasta to feed a small army. CartoonBuffoon and Pete probably not on the run of their lives. However, you only need to beat your opponent, and Pete is at least doing that for the time being. Still has about a minute 45, maybe a bit more, closer to 2 minutes, but not quite, against Cartoon. And I think Cartoon's caught up a little bit since all that Dark World, but not by a whole lot, because he's made mistakes. They both had tragic fire seas. I won't even call it Bisbo, because I don't think at that point it's just like a failure of skill. It's just a tragedy for it to happen that way. Pete not getting box jump, going for Christmas Miracle. Probably got high enough on the walkie. We'll see if he can land on the switch. Nice job. Kind of giving the door the old 1-2. Won't open up quickly enough. And grabbing that star. So CartoonBuffoon and Pete. You know what I haven't seen? I haven't seen a death. All of this has happened without any of them dying. That's crazy to me. How they made this many mistakes but have still been able to narrowly escape actually losing a life and the time loss that comes with it. This has all just been spaghetti within the stage. Anywho, CartoonBuffoon looks like he's 4 stars behind, but these two are going to be really quick, just catching MIPS, hopefully. Don't want to jinx it. Second MIPS a little bit faster on English. Cartoon might have slowed down a little bit too much, but nice grab. Nice backflip! You know, reminds me of this legendary Lunar Jump. Because here's the thing, back in the day, Lunar Jump was very inconsistent with LBLJ. He didn't understand it at all. You know, it was maybe just like a roll of the dice every single time. So he used to like reset all day. So just to paint the scene. And then there's a clip of him doing LBLJ. He's like, okay, nice BLJ. Nice turnaround. Nice dart, nice entry. He's like, nice timer. He's gonna start the timer. So, yeah. Anyway, back to the race. CartoonBuffoon trying to go for box jump and Lactu cam. You can see how this might not be the best idea. And he's fallen down. Usually I want to see people do that in Mario Cam. I think people like Ouija do it in Lactu Cam, but Ouija and will actually do it well most of the time just because of sheer repetition. But I believe JJ, some other people also do it in Lactu. Am I just watching Pete? I don't know. What is that angle for Lactu bounce? CartoonBuffoon is still trying to get this box jump. That one should work. Alright, he's finally over there. Will he grab the star? Yeah, barely. Alright. Pete having to do reds as a backup. Losing a few seconds. Oh, I was not counting Dark World, sorry. I should have been more specific. I was talking like I don't even know what time frame I was thinking of. Did he die in THI though? Guess I missed it. What? Cartoon, not again, please. Okay, barely surviving. Okay. Pete finally getting that Lactu bounce in the meantime. Alright, he's got the star. Alright, thanks for correcting me. I don't know, I guess I was watching Pete like fail on Snowman's head or something like that. Or no, it would have been somewhere in TTM. Alright. Swinging in the breeze, usually saving that for last, but wow, okay, short or slow get up, barely able to make the long jump. Finally diving into the star there. Okay, Cartoon, what is that? This crouching like long jump on the steps. So he's actually coming up to Tippy, 3 stars behind still. And coming up the steps now. Alright, Pete ending with tricky triangles. Not too difficult if you do the safe strat here like he's doing. But not hitting the switch! He's gonna have to go hit that button again. He's falling off! He just walked off the edge! Alright. Cartoon running in place to get this ledge grab, barely getting enough distance. And Pete looked like he was gonna die again. I don't know what's going on, but Rainbow Ride is just one of those stages where if you've been dropping spaghetti, you're gonna keep dropping spaghetti. I'm almost at a loss for words here. You know, Crouton might be able to catch up a little bit. Alright, here comes Lactu bounce. And no good once again. And a failed wall kick to come up for reds. Meanwhile, Pete's starting TTC 100, probably the most difficult stage in the run. And you could easily die and lose over a minute. Alright, Crouton taking that care of that reds back up. Pete, meanwhile, is falling down doing the triple jump wall kick. Really has to get a nice triple jump off of this box. Or like the, yeah, that kind of yellow box is the backup triple jump wall kick here. Hitting the blue switch. You know, he's got a safety red, so he's not really going to be worried about coin RNG too much. But overall, this has been pretty slow so far. Cartoon has 2 stars left to do, and he's still got to do Lactu bounce. I don't even know why he's side flipping from this spot in particular, but barely able to get the bounce. Nice pole grab. That was like a first frame pole grab there. And get a ledge grab. Okay. So he's got it. Wow, Pete needs one of these coins. Okay. Making me sweat as well. And not sure what that little like run up on the slope was at the end. Definitely not optimal. Okay, here we go. CartoonBuffoon swinging in the breeze to finish up Rainbow Ride. Just gonna go for an off angle here, not holding the Mario Cam angle. Well, Pete's fallen out of the clock. Did he make time? I think he barely made time stop. And he's fallen and died right at the beginning. Going for moving, I don't know, maybe got invisible, maybe not. Like, it's hard to say really. Alright. Here we go, get a hand. Alright, he's able to take care of that star. Cartoon also not having great TDC 100. Failed the exact same triple jump wall kick that Pete did. He's really got to start making some time up. He's running out of opportunities. Pete's at 65 stars, almost done with the last stage. Alright, grabbing these blue coins. Pete barely getting, or barely making it out of the triple jump wall kick section. Gonna be going for pin the pendulums now. And struggling to side flip like he's been doing this whole race. Really can't get this wall kick. Not ledge grabbing either. Wow, a whole lot of time loss here to this star. Crouton and Viz wall at the same time. I don't know what's going on. Maybe can't really. Yeah, I don't even know what to say right now. Cartoon and Pete are just like Batman and the Joker. They just keep going back and forth. What? Is he alive? Barely alive, falling down all the way at the bottom of the clock and have to make his way back up with time moving. You can die here because you have to judge your movement by the cycles of these blocks. See, that one could have like knocked him off. This happened to Alaris once. Alright, CartoonBuffoon doing another triple jump wall kick. See, Pete's losing so much time on these stars. And Cartoon finally gonna get... Actually, no, I don't even know what stars he's done. But he's gotten get a hand. And Pete, he's got to get reds and he's got to get moving bars still, I think. Yeah. Okay. So he's gonna say moving bars for last. Interesting. And that's also what he died to at the very beginning. Alright. So we're 2 stars apart. Crouton was at one point like 2 minutes behind. Pete's probably made at least 2 minutes worth of mistakes, but Cartoon hasn't been playing that much better either. Probably looking to get like a 54 for Pete. Maybe a 55 or so for Crouton. Okay, moving bars. Final star in TikTok clock. You know, Pete wants to end on a strong note going into Sky where anything literally can happen. But he can't get this final star. Really trying to set up this backup. You can side flip up and get on the top moving bar. I know, I really do talk about the Dark Knight too much, don't I? What? Cartoon bonk? Hello. Mario's cap is just in the way of his eyes, possibly? Can't see, legally blind. One of the two. Alright, that wall kick will be successful. Moving bars is not that... Like, it's not an easy star. But at the same time, you don't want to be missing a wall kick there. Okay, this ending movement looks really good. Crouton actually looking like his usual self. But Pete's here in bits with the opportunity to finally put a W on this match. Close the case file, never to be reopened. But maybe get this dub. And triple jump wall kick is still waiting for him after he gets up the slope. Wow, Cartoon, nice triple jump there for Reds. Still going on the strats, but missing a rec. We're gonna have to go back and get that triple jump wall kick. No, Pete probably knows he's ahead. Just gonna go for the pull, but needs to be careful. And that should work, grabbing the pull. So losing a little bit of time to someone who would do a triple jump wall kick like CartoonBuffoon, but definitely playing it safe. And he just wants to finish the game, avoiding these Goombas. He's not even going for a dive. He probably knows he's in the lead by this much, but wow. 54 pace for Pete, not his best run. But CartoonBuffoon is heading up to Sky, so as long as Pete doesn't have the most extreme meltdown I've ever seen, he can come away with this one. That first throw is going to be good. Pete also known for some fast Bowser spins. See, look at these like one spin throws. Needs one more. Take the game. And right on the money. You know, I think he's kind of in his element fighting this final Bowser. Cartoon taking a death. It's not been good. Probably taken like 7 or so deaths in this run. And now it's a quest for points. Speaking of 54:19, CartoonBuffoon able to get like within a minute 30, but with that death, you know, it could have been like without so many things in this run, he could have definitely come back from those deaths in Dark World. Alright, let's see what he can do here in bits. This is going to be really important for the points. Left side moving. And he's got it. Okay. Oh, wow. Falling off the elevator. He's got the redo chosen wall kick, which kind of sucks. Alright, let's see what he's got. Oh, he's got it again. So, not too shabby. Maybe having a little bit of a better end game for both runners than their mid game. Alright, let's see if he can get those. Maybe get Pete in the call for an interview. Cartoon wraps up these bros. Hey Pete.
Hey.
First of all, you know, obligatory congratulations on the win, but I think the way that run went, there's probably like a million things you're probably thinking of that you could have done better. Is there anything that like really stuck out to you, or is that really tilted?
I missed Lakitu skip. Other than that, everything else went pretty good. In my opinion.
I can get behind that.
Yeah. But in all honesty, like I haven't played in like 5 days.
Okay.
I was not home. So
yeah, it's alright.
I have now had a new minute, like a 55, 56. I've had a different minute every race so far, which is kind of getting annoying at this point.
It's all good.
You could what's the best minute you've gotten? Have you gotten a 50?
No, I got a 51, I think. Yeah.
Well,
I got a 51, didn't get 52, didn't get 50, got 52, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Well,
dang.
This was
actually kind of funny, but at the same time, you know, you could definitely get one of those lower numbers and continue the trend if you really want to. I
hope it's a lower one and not a higher one.
Yeah.
I certainly didn't think I would get higher after my 55 last week, but I got worse apparently.
Happens to the best of us, I guess.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
I played so bad. Every Bowser level was bad. I died 3 times on Dark World. I honestly might have had a shot if I didn't die those 3 times, but...
Definitely. Like, I played horribly once I got to LOL. Just all was a travesty from there.
Yeah. So many mistakes. So many things to look back on and just be like, this didn't happen.
Yeah, I'm never going to look back on this run. I'm going forward with my life.
Yeah, it was actually a fun race to commentate, but at the end I was saying, like, yeah, Pete's getting ready to close the case and never open it again on this run. You know, I feel like you probably want to leave this in the past. But,
yeah.
You know, overall, you know, you can at least come away with the win, and Crouton, you'll at least get some consolation points. So
I get some pity points.
Yeah, shoutouts to our restreamer Pity.
Shoutouts. I really have nothing else left to say.
How about you, Crouton? Nice island hop. Nice.
Yeah, when I saw you get island hop, I was like, damn.
Yeah, I was on PB pace. Like I was like 3 seconds ahead of my personal best going into Dark World. So like until that point, it was great. Then I just had a mental breakdown. I had a couple of decent splits, but I just couldn't string enough of them together. So many bad ones.
Everything went bad for me.
But like there were a couple of highlights, I suppose. Island hop was definitely one of them.
Sure. Anything else from your side?
I'm too inconsistent. I will eventually get good at this game, but I've still played it for like only like 5 months at this point. So like I guess I'm kind of new, not really new anymore.
Like just the vanilla in particular.
Yeah, but I'll get better. Tago, I will get your record eventually, just not yet. But yeah,
oh, can't wait. So I think that's it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed our great spaghetti party.
Yeah, that's really what it was. Oh my god. That was so much spaghetti.
Yeah. But you know, hopefully it was very, very entertaining. You know, I definitely liked it. So if you guys would like to see some more speedruns, you know, stick around. We've got plenty more coming up today. And different games with that. So if SM64 is not your particular flavor, don't worry, we've got the speedrun for you. So till then, peace out and see you later.